Hey guys, this is Coach Bill with Bill Mabry Online Coaching. Hope you guys are having a great day today so far. Guys, today I want to talk about type 2 diabetes, fatty liver disease, and also high blood pressure. These three different types of medical issues seem to be a very big issue today. As a matter of fact, type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure seem to be at an epidemic level, especially over the COVID period. And so today I wanted to give you guys some truth about how to reverse these three medical issues naturally without using medication, and how you're able to reverse them and get off of medication. So obviously, guys, this is something your doctors don't want you to know about. And the reason for that is because their protocol for when you're being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes or pre-diabetes and high blood pressure, their protocol right off the bat is medication. And guys, your doctors know that there is no medication out there that's ever going to reverse type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure. Now, today, there are some modern doctors today, some doctors that have been around for decades. You've got kidney specialists, you've got cardiovascular specialists. They are now using the same platform that I've been using for decades to help people reverse type 2 diabetes and fatty liver disease and to lower high blood pressure and even lower bad cholesterol. And it's all done naturally because they all have something in common. And the root cause to these three medical issues is going to be your lifestyle. And so in order to reverse these three medical issues, you have to address the root cause. And the root cause is hormonal, and the root cause is your lifestyle and the standard American diet. And that's what these modern day doctors are doing to actually help their patients reverse these three medical issues naturally without medication. And they're able to get off of medication at the same time and stay healthy for the rest of their lives. I've been working with type 2 diabetic, pre-diabetics, and fatty liver disease clients and those who have high blood pressure for decades. I've had hundreds and hundreds of clients that I've helped reverse these three medical issues. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take you over to my website, and I'm just going to go over a few of the clients that I've helped over the years to reverse these three medical issues. Okay, guys, this is the front cover of my website. And as you can see, I have certain categories. I got personal coaching programs. I got a 60-day personal coaching program and a 90-day coaching program. I got online courses. Probably my most popular one is the nutritional course, which is a 6-week course. But this is the program that I use to help people reverse type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, fatty liver disease, and also high blood pressure. And this program addresses the root cause to all three of these medical issues. And so I have a 60-day program and I have a 90-day program. For those of you that have more serious medical issues, or those of you that have been a diabetic or pre-diabetic or had high blood pressure for a longer period of time, I recommend doing the 90-day. That way I'm keeping you accountable and you're getting all the educational tools you absolutely need to reverse those three medical issues. And also, if you're on the metformin or insulin for diabetes, it's going to help you guys to get off of it, because during this program, one of the biggest factors of the program is we monitor your blood glucose levels and your ketone levels 3 to 4 times a week, and we keep record of the levels so that you can stay, so you can show your doctor what your blood glucose levels are doing, and he can gradually take you off the metformin or insulin. But what I want to do is I want to actually take you to the reviews that I've done, and we're just going to go over a few of them just to give you an idea of the experience I do have. Here I have a client that was a pre-diabetic. We reversed her diabetes in probably 3 to 4 weeks. Here we have an older senior that was a type 2 diabetic. I've actually, we reversed hers in a few weeks. And like I said, all we really did was we changed their lifestyle, balanced certain hormones by addressing the root cause, which is the standard American diet, or which is actually going to be food. Let's scroll down here. Let's see here. Okay, here's Dr. Renee. She's the one that actually is holding the dog. She came to me, and she not only did she have type 2 diabetes, but she also had cancer. Her diabetes at the beginning ran around 400, and so obviously we needed to get that down. Now, she also had cancer, but what I explained to Renee was we need to first address your type 2 diabetes. We need to address the root cause, and we actually need to reverse it. And then once we reverse type 2 diabetes, then let's concentrate on starving your cancer cells, and let's see how this will help your your cancer markers, and possibly reverse it. Well, what I didn't really explain to her is that by reversing her type 2 diabetes, we were actually going to help starve cancer cells, which is known by science and which is being used by many doctors out there. Is our program is actually designed to help starve cancer cells. And in just about, I think it was 4 to 6 weeks, we not only reversed her type 2 diabetes, but we also reversed her cancer. And her oncologist made a comment to them both. They brought she invited them both, her and her husband, into her office, and she explained to both of them that in all the years of her being an oncologist, she has never seen cancer markers drop so quickly. And now Renee has actually reversed her cancer as well as her diabetes. So that's a great story from Dr. Renee. Here's Jeff Bush. This is another client of mine that we actually reversed type 2 diabetes. His A1C was at 14. Now we reversed her diabetes, got him completely off of medication, and he is down to around a 5.2 A1C, which is a healthy normal. Tony Cruz, same thing. His diabetes was higher than 164, but he started out at 164 with his glucose level. We averaged it out to about 75. His numbers hit 75. We also reversed his type 2 diabetes and got him off the medication that he was on for years. And then we have John here. As you can see, when we started off, he was at 279 was his glucose level. Then in just a couple of weeks, we dropped it down to 158 by following the program. It's my type 2 lowering your glucose levels. And now we have him, he has actually reversed his type 2 diabetes. Fatty liver disease. Roseanne had fatty liver disease. We reversed it naturally by just changing her lifestyle. Let's see, who else do I have? Okay, let's see. Here we have Dell, who was a type 2 diabetic. We reversed him. He got his diabetes down, or his A1C down to 5.2. Let's see, we got any more here? So Bob Martin, type 2 diabetic, changed his lifestyle. got his A1C down to 5.8. Naturally, off all medication, no longer have any kind of medication. And that just gives you an idea of some of the people I have worked with, and that type 2 diabetes, no matter who or no matter what health professional or doctor told you, yes, you can reverse prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, fatty liver disease, and high blood pressure naturally just by changing the types of food you're eating, the time you eat, and obviously changing the type of water you're drinking to hydrogen-rich water. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to actually take you over to a flyer of Dr. Renee's and actually let you see the actual program that I use that many doctors today are using also. So let's go ahead and go over to the flyer. Okay guys, so here's the flyer I'm talking about. And like I said, here's Dr. Renee with her dog. And she was a diabetic, type 2 diabetic. Her numbers were well up in the 400s when we first started. And she also had cancer. And so what we did is we actually changed, I'm going to do it in order that we did first. So we actually changed the type of water she was drinking to hydrogen-rich water that has a very powerful antioxidant in it to help with many disease models, and all of this is backed by science. So we changed the type of water she was drinking to hydrogen-rich water with hydrogen H2 in it, which is a medical grade water, or what you might want to call therapeutic water. It also got her off of any kind of sodas, anything that had to do with sugar. She got off complete sugars. We also got her off of high processed starchy foods. Matter of fact, for the first 90 days, I took her off even fruits and all starches, and so her primarily diet was good organic vegetables. The next thing I did was I changed her types of food. We went to a higher good dietary fat, moderate protein, and low carbs. And what I mean by low carbs is I eliminated her starchy carbs, and she strictly ate good organic vegetables for the first 90 days. And science and many today's doctors who deal with cancer patients have now realized that you are able to actually starve cancer cells by putting the patients on high dietary fats, low carb meals, because cancer cannot survive off of fat. So if you take away the fuel that actually fuels cancer, which is sugar, which is the standard American diet, which is actually the processed starchy carbs the American people are eating, overly eating, then you introduced intermittent fasting, which is also known to help with starving cancer cells, because of how the protocol works is when you do some type of intermittent fasting, it could be a 16-8, it could be an 18-6, it could be a 20-4, you're actually going to be using your own stored body fat as fuel, and cancer cannot survive off of that fat fuel that you're using. The byproduct of using your own stored body fat as fuel is what? It's going to be losing that belly fat or body fat. So you're not only going to be able to help to reverse the type 2 diabetes or help to reverse cancer, you're also going to reverse or get rid of that belly fat or body fat that you've been carrying around for so many years. Now, how are we going to keep ourselves accountable? This is how we keep ourselves accountable. We keep a record of your glucose levels and your ketone level to make sure you're in ketosis, which means you're burning your own stored body fat as well. But we want to keep a record of your glucose and keep your glucose below 100, your ketones 1.8 or higher, and this is telling us that you're actually burning fat, and you're actually going to be helping to reverse your type 2 diabetes and keep your glucose levels low so that you can reverse the type 2 diabetes. And this is actually, you can read it here, Dr. Renee's story, blood tests do not lie. On 4/12/22, a current client just got her blood test results, and both cancer markers are now showing no cancer. Her cancer markers were well over 1,000. Her oncologist brought her and their husband into the office to give them the good news. The oncologist commented to them both, in all the years I have been treating cancer, I have never seen cancer markers drop this fast. She reversed her type 2 diabetes, got her A1C down to a healthy level, 5.2 to 5.3. Her average glucose levels are staying at around 84, and she's been doing this now for the last, over almost a year now. And so this just shows you, guys, that with the right tools, the right education, and by changing your lifestyle, you can actually reverse type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, fatty liver disease, and high blood pressure. So guys, as you can see, it's well worth the expense if you have type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, fatty liver disease, or if you have high blood pressure, because if you don't reverse these naturally and you have these diseases or these medical issues for a long period of time, and if you're on medication, those medications, if you look them up and research them yourself, there's some major side effects to it. And when you've been a pre-diabetic or a diabetic for a long period of time, you are going to cause kidney disease and eventually kidney failure, which means you will go on dialysis 3 times a week. Guys, you do not want to do that. So why not? Why not reverse it? Why not follow science? Why not follow some of the modern day doctors today who have realized that medication will never reverse these medical issues, and do it naturally and then be healthy for the rest of your life? Guys, doctors, actually most doctors know that you can reverse these diseases naturally. They're not going to tell you this. And there's so much documentation on how to do it with the right tools, the right education, and especially monitoring your blood glucose levels and your ketone levels. You got to do both, because the ketones are going to tell you if you're actually burning your own stored body fat. All you have to do, guys, is go to billmabrycoaching.com, click on free consultation, and let's go over what medical issues you guys are going through, and let's go through which programs will best fit your budget.